I only mention because I'm assuming that if there were a Buckler cartoon, Dillard would insist, hi Dillard, on the same level of like graphical and like fidelity to personality.
Oh, I would only ever insist on money. I wouldn't insist on any kind of creative shenanigans.
I mean, okay.
What about a buckler face filter? Like they have those Snapchat filters.
Well, that's another thing. I want to get that. Fucking, I haven't been able to. That guy, apparently, that kid's gone somewhere. I think he's in the desert somewhere.
Can hear everything but me. By the way, we're live, guys.
Yeah. I could hear the feedback and everything, but I could not hear you talking.
Because if I could get that Buckler cowl and domino mask going,
What if I can get?
that would put my channel in the mix.
That's a
Hold
thing
on.
that I would buy if I had money. I think other people would as well. Is if you could have Buckler brand TM cowl and domino mask, like how you can get a V for Vendetta mask now.
We are now.
I will say, it does look as legit as I wanted it
Awesome.
I want to see how cool he looks.
I'm trying to turn you up without turning the. Oh, I know. I need to turn this up like that.
to. Well, at least I can hear you now. That's the important part.
Yeah, that's good. Let me turn Final Fantasy down a bit.
You're on Marsupial Gamer?
On Twitch.
You know he's only on Twitch.
Oh, that's why I'm not seeing you.
How do you get to Twitch?
It's twitch.tv. Oh, thank you. I think I've got the.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing you guys. Hold on.
I get the sense I'm clearly coming up short because I'm not going into the room and getting all of my like costume shit on. I clearly need to like appear as a maddened wizard on stream.
Trying to make sure that you guys can be heard. Man, this mixer sucks.
Pause and it's asking me to watch another advertisement.
Oh, we lost Timothy.
Holy shit, Twitch has the longest ads ever. I'm watching it for 32 seconds.
I didn't get an ad, but I'm also apparently a sub right now, so.
Big Bird's getting DoorDash.
Timothy's off to sleep and said good night. You look frustrated to me. I might have just been tired.
Why are you guys so soft? I don't understand.
I was born beta, alright?
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got you guys back up to normal sound.
Cool.
For some reason, you're under system sounds.
Oh god, we're in the system.
Oh, you're too loud. There
What
we
does
go.
prime loot mean?
Oh, that's things that you get like for free for games because you have Amazon Prime.
Oh, you should sub to me. If you have Amazon Prime on there,
Well, you'll
can-
see the Prime loot whether you have Prime or not.
you can sub for free. Can someone check to make sure my sound levels sound alright? Should be alright.
I mean, they sounded all right to me.
Hopefully. Alright. Here we go.
Yeah, they sound all right.
Alright, cool. Man, the system mixer sucks. So what are you doing now, Dillard?
I am bringing in another background that I found to match it. You think?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what about the Buckler ringtone?
The buckler what? Ringtone? Like,
The Buckler ringtone is just Dillard shouting, "Pick up the phone!"
Or how about the Buckler flask for liquor, but it's molded like the totem.
I'm down with it.
The Buckler shot glasses.
What are you doing, Marsupial? That's more important.
I'm playing a little Final Fantasy.
And he's still down a character because he hasn't gotten to the point where he meets back up with the princess.
What is it? Why are these guys coming back, Metal? Explain it to me.
Oh, the gargoyles?
Yeah.
Yeah. The gargoyles are pretty stupid. I remember you have to do something. Let me look up what you had to do to get rid of them.
Have you guys ever played Golden Sun?
No.
I've never played Golden Sun.
Yeah, you have to have them both dead simultaneously, or else they just come back.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm trying. Oh, what was that? Something fancy. Rude Knight. New follower. Thank you. Is that one of you guys?
That was me.
That's Makiru. Hello.
Yeah, this is like a really annoying fight, especially once you get into Berserk, because all you can do is attack.
Hmm. There we go. I got him. That was a pain in the ass. Look, the sealed tome.
Yeah, and there are 4 encounters of that.
Are they all like gargoyles like that?
Yeah, there will be 2 gargoyles in each of the 4 battles.
Oh, dang it. That sucks.
Yeah, it's too bad you're not a blue mage with level 3 flare. And just nuke him at the start of the battle.
Oh, shut up. I need my black mage back. Where did she go?
She's currently being royalty.
Being royalty, alright. Busy being royalty.
Yeah, you know, it's not an easy life.
I can imagine.
Is this a certain version of Final Fantasy? Like,
No, this is the mobile port of 5. That was also the port put to Steam.
Yeah. Easy. These guys are easy.
If you had like your choice, somebody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do whatever you want in a video game," what video game would you have them make for you?
Probably something.
Play and enjoy like over and over again.
Probably something like an open world like Breath of the Wild.
mine's really, really dumb because I don't think it's possible to do, but So I like Total Warhammer too, but it turns a lot of people off because in order to be able to control all your units, you have to be like zoomed out to see everything. So it looks like ants to everybody. But if they could figure out a way to make it look cinematic and zoomed in, but still be able to control all your army units, I think it'd make a killing.
We just need 2 different screens. So they kind of, they missed the jump back when, there was the 3DS or the Wii U. That would have been perfect systems for something like that. Put all the controls on the bottom screen, all the cinematic stuff on the main one.
Ooh, thanks for subscribing.
Well, I gotta support my people.
Appreciate
If
it.
I had anything, it'd probably be like, I don't know, I really enjoy Kingdom Hearts 2. That's probably my favorite game to replay. If I could just have, like, a really fun, dynamic action RPG that plays like Kingdom Hearts 2, I'd probably just play it over and over again.
My favorite game ever was Battletoads for the Super Nintendo.
I only had the NES version, but Battletoads is fun.
Yeah, because it came out at the same time that Double Dragon did for the Super Nintendo, and then you had Contra as well. Contra is a classic. Games like that.
If I was going to make one of my properties into a video game, given that I actually like the Final Fantasy alike, and I like beat 'em ups, and I like other things, but it's spread across several systems because I had a Nintendo, an SNES, and a Sega Genesis 16 at different times. I think if I had to pick one, I would go with the like a Metroidvania, but really edging more on the action RPG element for like the older Castlevania stuff. Because like Castlevania 3 and Super Castlevania 4 were the best. I'm actually not a Symphony of the Night fanboy.
Fuck it, just make the game like E.T.
That would be perfect.
Instead of punching bad guys, your character just flips off the player directly. Because you don't care, you got the money.
Did you guys ever hear that myth that game sold so poorly that there's like apparently a legend about some ditch being dug with all these excess games dumped in it?
They found it.
It's not a myth.
They
Oh, they
found the
did?
ditch, and it wasn't just ET. It was just a bunch of old games that went unsold. There's a whole slew of different Atari games and stuff in there.
It's actually the worst possible answer. So there was this myth, as you say, that it was this ET graveyard and had this big mystique. So people went out of their way to find it, right? And then there was this big to-do digging it up, and it turns out to just be, some generic stuff, right? But you can't even take a piece of it. You know what I mean? It's not even in a museum, because the county said that it was abandoned material that belonged to the county, right? And they gathered it up, they put it in plastic bins, and they put it in a air-conditioned, holding facility. It's not even for public viewing, other than like a little card in a room that says, "This is the site of the ET graveyard" type deal. There's a documentary about it. The guy who actually found the place is the weirdest kind of Spurg, because he's a guy who drives a DeLorean actively styled after the Back to the Future car. Unironically, that's just his around town car.
That's terrible. How embarrassing.
I know.
Wait, so it really wasn't a myth, it actually happened. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to look that up. How do you guys feel about Bloody Mary and the Candyman thing?
I don't. I just feel nothing about it whatsoever.
I am a huge nerd for urban myths and superstitions and that kind of bullshit, but I also know it's bullshit. I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, oh yeah, it's totally real, dude. Just like if you press on your eyes and dance in a circle with the lights off, you can totally see Bloody Mary. Like, no, it's BS, but it's fun.
Yo, you've been doing it wrong.
I know, right? The thing is like, I really want to say that Candyman is double BS, because that wasn't even a popular urban myth until Clive Barker wrote a book, and then people are like, oh yeah, this is real. Well, it conforms to some things, but it's not the actual myth. Like, that story's not real. It's not even a real story that was believed. It was a story made by an author.
Yeah,
All stories are real.
I thought Candyman was based off of Bloody Mary.
Maybe. I have to look. To the internet!
Internet never lies.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, Wikipedia is just the most reliable source of content.
Well, I mean, Wikipedia used to at least be a good source for finding sources. And just
Yeah.
go to the bottom and start reading books.
My family had me terrified of Bloody Mary when I was younger. They really got me good.
So, as far as Wikipedia wants to dig into it, because I don't really dig into it, the Candyman is derived from one of the stories in the Books of Blood called The Forbidden by Clive Barker. It doesn't really talk about any possible real-world inspiration sources that Barker might have had.
Oh no, that's a shame.
I know, right? Like, that would be the more interesting story, but no.
No, it'd be really interesting. And talk about doing things that nobody else in this general community are doing. Just make an ARG.
Metal, what is an ARG?
It's an alternate reality game where everybody's in on the joke, but you're basically acting as if there is an alternate timeline that you're in. Usually it's horror related.
So like, you do a Mafia-style game where the joke is everyone is actually a buckler minion, and you receive obscure little fetch quests for the buckler.
Oh, what about those choose your own adventure thing like Bandersnatch?
You're gonna have to be more specific, because like, are you talking like choose your own adventure books or something else?
Shit, you're roboting out. All I hear is T-Pain.
Oh god, the ARG is real.
Info said T-Pain.
Wait, did any of you guys watch Bandersnatch?
No.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I
I
did.
did.
I did not.
I didn't like it.
What did I just get?
That was that Netflix Choose Your Own Adventure movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like the main guy. I couldn't stand looking at him.
Yeah, but like, so one of the most common ways that people do ARGs is usually through found footage. And over the course of like a year or so, they'll just build up a story of something that's happening.
Oh, since you brought up found footage, have you ever watched the VHS horror movie series?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have. The
Oh,
first
yes.
two are okay. The third one is just skip it.
Yeah, the first two are amazing.
Oh.
Did you ever see the one where they go to that compound, the Asian compound?
Yeah, that's in the first one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Oh, it's pretty solid, except for like the last minute of that short. I'm sorry, man. That I don't want to spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen it, but that thing, I know what they were aiming to do, but it doesn't quite live up to their intended.
Yeah, I'm still confused to this day about that. Like, somehow they knew that the girl was gonna give birth to the Antichrist, and then they called him Daddy at the end. It's like,
I mean, I think the obvious intimation is that the cult was actually real and knew what they were talking about.
but yeah, I love found footage shit like that. And even like the background concept of the movie, like them watching like VHS snuff films in a certain order would give them like immortality or something, was pretty cool too.
What I like actually are shorts, like short horror films. Like, you know, you have like a 5-minute film, but it has to tell an entire story.
Have you seen VHS?
Yes.
That's what we were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. But I was talking about there were actually a lot of other ones. Like I could drop some links if people were interested.
My sister showed me one the other day. I thought it was so garbage. I don't know. It was called The Tall Man.
No.
What are you subjecting me to? Just leave me alone. Just go over there.
No, my personal favorite is short film is called The Easter Bunny's Eating My Candy. I like to send it to friends to torture them.
I saw this other one. I think it was called The ABCs of Murder or something like that.
ABCs of Death. I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's not as good. They are really heavy on the side of like dark humor.
But no, I don't know if that was in that one or another one, but there's this one where so this guy crashes in space. Have you seen that one? And he thinks he's like living out his fantasy, but then he starts to notice like little weird things like he can't ever leave. And then at the end it shows that he's not living a fantasy. He got caught in some like web of some like alien insect, and she just is basically feeding on him but making him believe he's living this fantasy.
Are you sure that's ABC of Death and not like Love, Death, Robots?
Yeah, Love, Death, Robots was the one actually.
Are you sure that's the ABCs of Death and not just the episode of Futurama where he gets stung by a space bee?
Death by Snooze.
That was it.
Oh shit, it's a mummy.
3 mummies.
They could just be a bunch of gnomes collectively, like, disguised as 3 mummies.
I was actually thinking, like, maybe we shouldn't judge people for their alternative lifestyle. If 3 guys want to be tied up in one coffin, that's their business.
Seriously. What was that?
It wasn't me.
We knew a mummy once.
It's no longer with us.
So which Final Fantasy is this?
5.
5 is actually the one I didn't play. I played 1 through 4,
So
and
one
I of course played 6, which in my opinion is bestest.
5 is the one almost everybody didn't play.
Yeah, it's AK Lutz and his harem of distraught princesses.
It's
That's right.
It's
It
not
is.
even-
It's one
it's
guy.
not even that it's not even that I didn't necessarily want to play it. I just didn't have the gas to get through it.
Yeah.
Because when you play Final Fantasies back to back, you get mentally exhausted.
You're
Oh,
telling
he
me.
should know.
I can imagine.
I've played 1 through 4.5.
What angers people is I'm like, I don't like 7, and they're like, how dare you?
Oh, I'm
Good
not
stuff.
crazy about 7.
Yeah,
6
I
is
don't
the best.
dislike 7, but it's really overrated.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, at first I was just like, well, this is really square polys. And then people were like, well, here's the story. And it's like, that sounds kind of not good, right? But, it's like,
Sounds
maybe,
not good.
but maybe, like, the play would be fine. And yet the fan base is so voraciously insistent that it's the greatest thing ever made that it's like, you know what? This I don't want to deal with. I don't want any of this. Please no.
Oh, you know, the story to 7 is just the Nordic Ragnarok centered around the death of Balder.
I know that's what people say, and I know where the illusions go, but I also think that it has a serious dose of like Japanese transliteration, where
Oh yeah, for sure.
the English makes it wrong because the characterizations are all over the place.
How do I get to this stuff? Uh-oh, it's Sekhmet. That can't be good. When do I get back my mage? That's what I want.
But wait a minute, how is that Sekhmet?
How is it not?
Sekhmet is the Egyptian goddess of cats, but not cats in the Upper Nile, like Bast kind of way, because Bast is a city goddess. Sekhmet is like an angry lioness woman from the southern region. She's the inner African version.
The Upper Kingdom.
Yeah, I always get those backwards.
Yeah, the south is the Upper Kingdom, the north is the Lower Kingdom, because it's lower elevation.
Right. And that's the thing, is Sekhmet is the Upper Nile goddess, Bast is the Lower Nile goddess. And that's clearly, or was clearly, because games moved on, some kind of like cloven hoofed critter.
Yeah. What's Sepphoris? Because apparently I'm fighting Sepphoris now.
I don't know. Chick you're beating into submission so that they go away.
She summoned a Ziggurat Gygus. Uh-oh.
Big dude.
Decreased. No, she's curing him. That's not good.
Also, you get Lena back like almost immediately after you're done with the pyramid.
Oh, good. Goliath tonic. Uh-oh, it's a trap.
It's a tarp.
I mean, I can't really cast any black magic spells because she was my only black mage. Air Fist. Oh my gosh, he's casting Air Fist. Did that make him old?
Yes, it did age him.
Oh, jeez. Quit air fisting me. That sounded bad. Oh my god.
You wouldn't believe the things he's seen being fisted by men.
He's air fisting the hell out of me. There we go.
You catch up to your captive party member, everybody's now 60.
Oh my gosh. Stop it.
Because I haven't been playing it, I'm not actually familiar. What does the red flashing mean? Is that like low health?
That means you're doing really good.
It does, actually. It means I'm hasted.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
He's sped up.
Sweet.
I cast haste on everyone.
Right.
Yeah. So that just means, the ATB meter fills up faster.
Yeah. We're putting on maximum nerd hat right now.
Oh my gosh. These guys are not gonna... They keep aging me. I'm never gonna do any damage to them. How do I undo age? Is there a way?
Isuna.
Do I have that?
Your white mage might. I forget when you get it.
Yes, I do.
Like Vega from Street Fighter.
There we go. Wait, it didn't work.
I'm loving Dario's Spyro the Dragon t-shirt.
Okay, Ferris is dead.
You can't see it.
It didn't work.
Isuna is supposed to cure old.
Well, it didn't. Oh my god. Like, I'm not even... Okay, this is ridiculous. Does it only cure one and he's cast it like 20 times on me?
I forget how the old mechanic works in this game, but there might be multiple stages to old. I'll have to double check.
He's doing like no damage. Okay, we're all dead.
Well, one of the things old does is lowers your level, so that's why you don't do any damage.
I know.
I mean, that was an interesting thing to note just before you escaped, because if you're brought back from the dead, you come back not old.
I know that. But I gotta kill these guys fast.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here because I'm all out of
Oh,
cabins.
so the stat changes will remain the same until the end of the battle, casting as soon as it stops further decay.
Oh,
So you want to cast it as soon as possible, because it slowly decays as you're in battle.
oh, I see.
That is extra level.
But the problem is they kept casting it on me over and over and over again. So I'd never be able to keep up, I don't think.
Are we turning into Wario or are we turning into the penguin?
I don't know. I got that from Artie Lang from the Howard Stern show.
Mm.
Whenever somebody was coming with a sob story, he'd be like, "Wah!"
Okay, now we're missing constantly. What is happening here? Like, all of a sudden these fights are impossible.
Well, like, that bug thing halves people's level with its, like, hypnotic effect,
Mm-hmm.
which I would assume means that your hit percentage goes down.
Yeah, clearly. But why are we doing, like, any damage? Oh my god.
You shouldn't be too far behind these enemies either. They're all in like the
Well,
mid to
these were all extremely easy like 2 seconds ago. And
Yeah.
now all of a sudden they're like impossible. Oh, fucking great.
Get easy, Mark.
Like, why was this fight just suddenly unbelievably difficult? Okay, now he's gonna have my level. And now he's gonna have it again. And now I'm not doing any damage, so I'll never kill him. Great! This is great.
I can see why you like these games so much.
I know. It's fantastic.
I mean, the follow-through question, Mercifully, is are you going to review this game?
Yeah, it's not getting a great review.
Yeah, that is...
Look, a hit for 57. It probably has like 3,000 hit points.
Oh, up before this point, this game was already not getting a great review from him. You want to hear something funny too? That enemy is only level 27. It's just so dangerous because it can half your level.
Yeah.
It's like a conversation I've been having recently with a couple of people, tabletop nerd stuff. Because apparently there are a lot of people who don't understand the mechanics of what makes a good encounter.
Shame on
Right?
them.
Yeah, I know. And one of those things is it's like a monster can be really easy to handle, but if you use it smart, it can like axe people far in excess of its level. So it's not about just raw math. It's not just, well, I'm level X and this is level less, therefore it loses. There's also an element of like, well, if it uses this stuff right, it can totally mess up your day.
Yeah.
And that's not technically imbalanced. I know people that whine and complain that it is, because they want to just throw their face at stuff. Like, this is a Final Fantasy game. And therefore, we understand, logistically, that, a big monster is dangerous, a small monster less so, and managing your equipment and spells and whatnot. But in the tabletop...
that's not entirely true. This is the game that introduced Tonberries.
But then in the tabletop sphere, for some reason, like, I have actually met people that are like, well, you shouldn't throw encounters at us that are more dangerous than we are. What? It's not fair if we can't win. It's like, well, yeah, but sometimes you should run away. That was an option? It's like, yeah. Well, why was this so hard? It's like, because you each broke up into small groups and you engaged your monsters one at a time rather than, work together to take down things larger than you?
Oh yeah. My party was having that problem when they were in the desert at first until they decided to start fighting these T-Rexes together.
Right. Because they might be dangerous individually, but if you use, numbers and tactics, you can minimize their danger.
Do you remember how to defeat these guys? There was a special way. Oh, it was... I remember. It was using gold needles, right?
Yeah, to soften them. Yeah.
So, back to the ARG thing. How and what would we do to pull something like that off?
Well, the thing about an ARG is, in addition to a medium for telling the story, like found footage, you usually use YouTube or Twitter or they used to use Tumblr. I don't think they do that so much anymore. But you have some medium for communicating with your followers, and use things like dead drops and information, like how information is presented, basically to give people, for lack of better language, quests. And then digging into that information leads you to revelations about your product, so that people get excited. Like
Like the mailing list.
Yeah. Well, there's an example. It's like, say you want to start a mailing list for a product, right? If you want to couch it in an ARG, you create a YouTube video that is really ambiguous and weird and gets people talking, and then it has a numerical code. And people got to figure out what that code is using information in the video. And that leads them to, let's say, the actual code for the video in the channel, like in the upload, right? And then somebody with actual coding skills goes into that and figures out, hey, there's a website in here. And you go to that website, and that website has the mailing list, and then anyone who finds it gets on the mailing list. And then if there's
doesn't
like
have to be that complicated, though.
it doesn't, but they can be. And like if people start a Reddit, or indeed if you start a Reddit presenting yourself as a fan, You can be like, "Hey guys, I found this weird thing. What do you think?" It leads to a mailing list.
So here's an idea. A boomerang box. Somebody gets it, and it's filled with body parts.
I mean, part of the crux of an ARG to really make it work is selling it to the viewer that it is in reality, even though you want to create an altered reality. Like if you have a corpse and you don't at least mention that somebody called the cops and told them it exists, it breaks the immersion because people are like, well, why don't you just tell the police you found a body?
Well, listen. So the boomerang box, right?
Yeah.
It has a whole list of participants. So any of those participants could have been the person that put the body parts in the box.
Where's this coming from? Where's this going?
Yeah, I'm just talking about how they're structured. I'm not knowledgeable enough in this particular what you want to do to judge one way or the other.
I don't think we need to be involving dead body parts in this at all.
Yeah, I'm like, where is this going exactly?
Well,
VHS got me thinking about it.
Well, I mean, at the same time, just to credence the idea, you don't actually have to say put dead body parts in the thing because it's all about presentation.
Yeah, but I don't know
So-
if there's any makeup artists about us that could make realistic prosthetics that look like dead body parts.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like you go to the local butcher, you get some steak, you get some bacon, right? And before you cook it, because hey, free meat, right? You photograph it in a box and say, "Got box from in the mail, unmarked, full of meat. Don't know what do." And then people will be like, "Well, that's weird."
Is
Yeah,
Dillard
I
still alive?
don't know about this. Is Dillard still alive? That's a good
I'm
question.
here. I'm listening.
He's not being sold on this idea at all.
He's just so confused. He has no idea what to say about it.
I don't know. I feel like my channel's gonna get struck over this
We
conversation.
live in a society.
Well, wait a minute. We're not. You're just playing video games. We're not actually saying, "Hey, let's talk about blood, guts, eyeballs, and perfidy."
Aren't we? Are we not?
I don't believe so.
How do I open that door? I can't figure it out. Seriously, how do I open that door?
Man, the wheels in my head are turning right now.
Might want to stop that.
That's
That
what
could-
I
that could
want.
be
That's what I
bad.
want to hear, Dario.
Well, wheels turning.
That hamster's going to run out of energy and food sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gail Simone married?
Oh God, I don't want to think about that.
On the subject of ARGs, if you want to do some research and you want to watch a couple, there's a YouTube channel called Nightmine that the guy reviews ARGs, and pretty informative, pretty expansive. He doesn't just address Marble Hornets and Everyman Hybrid, which are a couple of reasonably well-known ARGs, and he's always looking for like new ones.
Because I mean,
Okay.
like guerrilla filming, and I don't know. I think it'd be pretty easy to make like some kind of slasher footage.
Well, if you had a person to work with, or a couple of people to work with, you could literally film following someone around doing something as the start to your content, and suggest a mystery of some sort. I mean, what what's our product? What are we ARGing in theory, in a hypothetical ARG? Well, like, just as a theoretical, right? If you were going to do an ARG about the Buckler, right, and you wanted to downplay the amount of FX and art that you have to do, or makeup you have to use, instead of literally following the Buckler, like, you could be a investigative journalist or reporter who instead like shows up at Buckler sightings and like looks at After Effects. So like, what are we doing? We're going to this old house where there was supposedly a sighting of the Buckler, and when he goes inside, it's all smashed and stuff. Not just like an old house would be, but like, holy crap, there was a super fight here.
Like you cut moose-sized antler holes into a door.
Right. And then when he opens the door, you've got lots of fake blood splattered everywhere because corn syrup and red food coloring is cheap.
And then like a picture torn in half of Harrington.
Yeah, like you have a picture of Harrington torn, and somebody has spray painted Harrington, screw you, on the wall, and people were like, "Who's Harrington? Who's this face in this picture they found? Why is that important?" And then you build off of that.
I like it.
It's fascinating.
I don't know if I like it enough.
Oh, that's annoying. I'm watching you play Marsupial, and it's like, oh, that was an out, not an in. That is hyper frustrating.
Yeah,
That is
was,
Final Fantasy.
I was trying to figure out how to open that door earlier, and
Yeah.
apparently there is no way. I had to come in from the other
You
side.
were trying to push on a pole.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to push on the pull. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. But I found my way through eventually.
That's all that matters.
That's
Is
right.
you didn't have to have someone come help you.
Somebody help me open this door. Can't figure it out.
Marsupial pulled out his walkthrough.
He didn't realize that it said push, but in like Egyptian.
That's right.
You're just sitting there pulling out the whole time.
Oh, come on. That should have killed it.
You come across the skeletonized remains of other adventurers who couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. See them pushing on the door. Holy water and dark matter. I don't even know what dark matter does.
If the Buckler had a scent,
No one knows.
what would you say the Buckler smelled like?
Definitely cigarettes.
Should have killed it.
Cigarettes, gun oil,
Cigarettes.
machismo.
Gun oil, yeah, like kind of like when you get wet metal on your hands, you can smell it. Maybe depends on if it's the weekend. You'd probably smell like a tackle bar.
Dark matter is useless for you, Marsupial. You don't
You need
you
a
don't use the
chemist.
chemist job. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mix it with holy water, and it will create a dud because they're the opposite. But if you combine it with a phoenix down, it'll create a incredibly powerful death potion.
Cool. Well, I got a whole buttload of gil. Anyway. Should I be using the chemist I'm starting to max out my.
I mean, if you want to
Jobs.
level it, but the chemist kind of just sucks. So
Yeah.
you should have been using a blue mage this whole time, though. It's like the
I've
best job in
heard.
this game.
Somebody told me that already. I mean, I guess it's not too late. I could start. I'll tell you what. Well, no, Creel's already. Damn it, I don't know.
The problem is at this point you have to go and hunt down all the magic that you want because you have to learn
Oh.
it from the enemies that use the blue magic.
Yeah. Fuck that.
What a loser.
It's like there's the one character in Final Fantasy VI that learns all the monster attack modes,
That's what
And
we're
it's
talking
like-
about.
Yeah,
and it's like
he's a blue mage.
and nobody does that. I mean, they're powerful, they're neat. Nobody does that because
Oh,
all
I
the
do.
grinding, all the grinding you have to do on the belt is just time-consuming tedium.
And yet, I did it.
I mean, you are allowed to make what I ostensibly can be of the opinion are bad decisions, and I'm not going to stop you.
I have this weird enjoyment for grinding, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it feels gameful, grinding can be worth it. But then if it's just tedium, I don't do it. It hurts my brain.
The heck
What
is
is it?
that? Off guard.
It's the opposite of on guard.
No, thank you. That helps.
By the way, for comparison, I always thought that Strago was a blue mage. Even though I mean, I know Marsupial's not playing FF6, but you know what I mean.
Strago. Strago a mage? A blue mage?
He's the
Yeah,
he's the guy
yes,
with-
technically they're both blue mages. They just work in different ways. Strago actually uses lore, which is almost identical to blue magic. They'll even refer to the lore as blue magic in guidebooks and stuff, as opposed to Gao, who uses the stances.
The heck am I supposed to do here? Confusing. When you enter the 8th
Oh.
floor.
Oh, you didn't see it because you weren't looking at the screen, Marsupial.
Uh-huh.
In the room you're in, the floor is moving.
Oh, okay. I see that.
It's timed.
Oh, interesting.
Why am I not drinking a beer right now? Fuck.
How do you feel
There's
about
air around in
kites?
here.
Ooh,
Say what now,
lemon.
Dario?
How do you feel about kites?
How do I feel about kites? Like a,
Oh, I can't even use that.
was it fly in the air?
Yeah,
Well, I think they're majestic.
like a bucklet kite.
Those wheels really are turning.
I mean, if you're gonna get a kite, why not get one of those flags that they pull behind a biplane?
The buckler 2024.
Just as the buckler is watching you, and then has the image of the buckler from the comic strip where he's pointing at his mask.
Ooh, protect ring.
Metal, what do you do to get rid of stress?
What do I do to get rid of stress?
Yes.
Usually exercise.
Exercise. Any exercise?
Yeah, cardio mostly, but just anything.
Dario, what do you do
Push-ups,
to get rid
pull-ups.
of stress?
I get on Tinder.
When you're all stressed out. When daddy's all pent up, what do you do?
I get on Tinder.
Did you say daddy?
Yes. I'm sorry, I just finished watching, or rewatching Austin Powers. Mr. Evil gets some Austin mojo. He says, "Daddy's all pent up, baby."
Found that Zenonage works very well against these guys.
I've told you before, just use Gil Toss on anything when you have Gil.
Yeah.
So literally the power of money.
Yes,
Okay.
you just throw money at people and they die. That's just how it works.
That's right.
We will. Now the question is, do we call this maneuver the Tony Stark or the Bruce Wayne?
Call it the Gil Toss.
Yeah, you get step on.
Oh, look. And there's 10,000 Gil over here.
Like at a certain point in any Final Fantasy game where Gil Toss is a move, you're grinding not for experience, but just so you have a surplus of money to throw at people.
This is true. There's a reason that back when I used to play Final Fantasy VI, my A team always had the ninja and the guy who can duplicate other people's maneuvers with the ninja's throw.
The mime.
Yeah. Well, because I also had somebody with X magic, and then I'd have the
Yeah.
mime with X magic as well, so I had double spells and throw. And just rude.
The Pro Ring is basically a constant regen. That's awesome. I was wondering why he was blinking all of a sudden.
And more gil, because you need more gil.
I do. I always need more gil. Never have enough gil. Ah, dang it.
Well, it's also great that like most of the good stuff you'll ever get in the game are going to come from treasure chests and dungeons. So you don't even ever have to spend your gil on anything but maybe some recovery items and just throw it at people.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
This is a starting potion. I'm going to beat you to death with it.
Oh my.
Why, Dillard? Are you stressed out right now?
No, I'm trying to start a conversation.
Conversation.
You
We
know,
don't do that
what do you do
here.
to get rid of stress? What's the last funny video you saw? You know, what are the 3 words that best describe you? That kind of stuff.
Making us talk. Gosh.
This is what you do on live streams, right? You kind of keep the conversation going. I'm trying to do this, but I'm also trying to draw on stuff, so I'm kind of just shooting questions out to you guys. Maybe you guys will talk to each other. That might happen, you know? I don't know.
No.
What
I need
was
more
that
Gil
Killer
even?
trying to play Dungeon Master now.
Yeah.
Get these questions, open-ended questions. Like, what would you do? What would you consider the perfect weekend? You know,
The perfect what?
weekend.
Oh. Every weekend is the perfect weekend for me.
Go into a dark, dank room,
Nice.
turn off whatever lights are in there, and boot up my video game system.
That's right.
Come out Monday morning, bleary-eyed, and be like, "Fuck yeah!"
I'd probably be camping in a mountain somewhere.
Say what now? What'd you say?
I said I'd probably be off camping on like a mountain somewhere.
See, this
Yeah,
guy
me
likes
too.
to go camping. So weird.
I also like to go camping. That's not weird.
I like camping as well.
I live in a state that is terrible for camping, so I do not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Washington State's a whole, man. Nobody who live in Washington.
Do you guys have park
You
narcs?
live
when
in
you go
Washington. You basically do camp every day.
The thing is, man, it's just like you can tell because there's 2 grades of people. There are Californians who visit, and there are Washingtonians who live here. Because the people from California are like, "Oh, I love the weather. Don't you love this rain?" And anyone who lives in Washington is like, "Go home." Because we hate the rain. We actively despise it. The people that are like, "I wear socks and sandals in the rain with a plastic trash bag cloak," those people we hate. We hate those people. They're awful. We call them people from Seattle because that's the only place they're indigenous. Everybody else who lives a real life does not actually enjoy the rain in this state at all.
Oh yeah, like
It's-
I'd love to visit, but I would never want to live there because like it's way too much rain. You guys have some of the best natural parks though.
The thing is like there's a really narrow window of like 3 months in early spring where it's warm and it's not like humid, right? And it's just right, it's just real nice, right?
Uh-huh.
Summer is so hot your brain melts, which, while not as hot as, say, a California summer, right, is so foreign to the rest of the year that it feels way hotter than it is, right?
Yeah, sissified.
And then you have these wet, awful, cold fall and winter months where it's either so cold that it freezes and you don't want to go outside, or it's just gray, constant drizzle that gets into everything. Gets in your shoes, gets in your socks, it gets up your leg, it'll get in your jacket. You could be bundled to the nines and water will get on you. And you can't be rid of it until you're indoors again.
That's why I like New York. You get to experience all 4 seasons.
Well, we used to have all 4 seasons, but in the early '80s when my parents moved up here, so we're guilty too. There was a large influx of Californian immigration, and they had to build new stuff for all these new arrivals, right? So what they did is lowest bid, and the people who were basically prospecting Washington State built stuff like they built it in California, which doesn't sound so bad, except California, very dry, lots of sun, flat top roofs work, and the roads are kind of whatever. Up here, mostly clay, lots of rain, everything with a flat roof leaked. Everything, all the road quality, terrible for our environment. So our 4 seasons became 2 seasons within the span of 30 years. And our air quality is like up to a 47%, which is pretty bad. That's our pollution index.
I don't know what the hell this guy is talking about.
I'll
Tell
get
you, Washington sucks, man.
I'll get all
Like,
4
I
seasons.
started a conversation started, right? Like, what would be your perfect weekend? He's talking about index.
Yeah, I don't know. I get 2 seasons because I'm in Texas. That's just how it goes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's also Texas. You wait a half hour and you're in a different season.
Hey, Dario,
What's up?
what do you have in your pocket right now that's the most useful thing?
Probably my pocket knife.
How big is it? Is he whipping it out? That thing is huge! Why is it shaped all fey like that?
This is the best way to get in somebody's innards.
No,
like
it's
something,
not.
It's like something an elf would own.
I'll be right back.
Maybe he's secretly an elf.
He's gonna go get his blade.
I got my keys in my pocket. This is where I keep my pocket knife on my keys. That way I don't lose it. Oh yeah, I'm still sharing.
Yeah, I
Okay.
usually just keep my pocket knife on my hip, like on the pants, because it's got one of those hip clips tucked
Apparently,
inside my pants.
See, mine.
apparently, I'm only allowed to have this knife here though because I made the mistake of keeping it in my tackle box when I went to visit family in the city, and I ended up getting locked up.
So here's mine. This is a multi-tool. It's a miniature multi-tool called the Gerber Dime. And that's where I have. And the most useful thing on this, surprisingly, is not the knife per se, but this, which is a like a bubble blister package opener. So if you have something that you buy that's in like a blister pack, it has one side has a little razor edge there. You just kind of dig into it and just slide down and just pops it right open. Kind of dig into stuff and get it out. It's pretty good.
I tried telling the New York City cops, I'm like, look, I'm upstate. We're allowed to fish and hunt up there. It's in a tackle box. Like, please just let me go. Like, no, our law is you can't have a blade bigger than the palm of your hand, yada yada yada. Next thing I know, I'm getting taken away for a tackle box.
You say you tried to tell the New York City cops. The first thing was like, so I tried to tell the least understanding people in the world anything.
So here's my palm of my hand, and here's the blade of this knife.
Yeah, that's legal. Mine's very illegal. I'm like, dude, do you guys fish around here? Like, it's in a tackle box. Like, come on. Like, look at the fishing lures in there. They weren't hearing it.
Now, I will
Mine's
say
very
this,
legal.
This thing, the main tool on this, of course, is a pair of pliers, right?
Hey,
Except this thing is so anemic that you can't use these pliers for shit at all. So I should have went with the one that had the actual pair of scissors as the main tool. Because
Yeah.
at least a pair of scissors that small would be useful. That I haven't been able to use that pair of pliers effectively for anything. But yeah, this thing gets a lot of use. It's fucking fantastic. And it's great because it's on my key, so everywhere I go, I always have something.
Yo, be careful, marsupial. I see trees.
I know. Trees bad.
Trees want to kill you.
But
Mhm.
probably the most useful thing in my pockets is my debit card and my wallet.
I don't have anything in my pockets right now because I'm sitting down at my workstation, and I don't like shit in my pockets when I'm sitting down.
So Dario, I have to contend you. I assert that I have the better knife for getting
No.
into somebody.
No. I said in your pocket, not let me go and grab something from
No,
the
No,
garage.
I specifically wanted to respond to Dario's thing because I have something interesting for once.
well, hold on. I got two of them, so. Holy, that is
Well-
how Joseph looks?
Hi.
Alright.
I can't see me, so I don't know if I'm successfully showing this. This
Turtle infestation.
is a Kali ritual dagger.
No, that's called a dreidel.
No, sir. This is for downward thrust like this into the chest cavity of a victim to pull out their still beating heart.
Did you take that from a Mayan temple? Jesus Christ.
No, Kali. This is Indian, like Hindu.
Okay.
This is a thuggy ritual dagger, man. This is
Kali,
this is
goddess
Molly
of
Ram.
destruction.
Yeah, this is Mola Ram. Well, those are much more practical knives, absolutely. There is just something ostensibly awesome about the idea that, like, I could absolutely break open somebody's ribcage with this thing if I wanted to. I wouldn't do that, but it's neat.
Have you ever heard that Aztec war whistle thing from like the Joe Rogan podcast?
I have not heard that specific information, but I think I've heard the whistle before. Isn't it, like, really high?
Sounds so demonic, and apparently they would surround their enemies at night and just blow the whistle for like mental torture.
Okay, so it's not the thing I was thinking of. I was thinking it was a thing that you spun it overhead and it makes a whirring noise.
Oh no, this is like some conch shell thing,
Okay.
and when you blow into
It's not
it,
as
sounds
cool
like,
as
That's a bull
bone
roar,
tomahawk.
it sounds like a
Dil-
thousand
Dillard.
demons when you blow into that shit. I'm like, holy
What happened?
In Bone Tomahawk, where they've
Oh,
got
that-
like that
yeah.
the whistle inside their neck.
I got that movie.
I was like, isn't
Yeah.
that plank of wood on a string called a bull roarer?
Maybe. Of course, my dad was also a geek. So I have inherited a Klingon ritual knife. You know, the one with the little points that go out. I am not a person who has a bunch of weapons. My dad died, and with my mom, I now have a bunch of knives. It's like, wow. Okay, Dad. Not crazy at all.
Did you guys ever see that show on TV? It was like I think it was called The Deadliest Warrior or something.
Oh, I hate that show. But I have
Yeah,
seen it.
that show sucks.
They would
That
go
show is
through-
like, if you
full-
actually-
that show is chock full of historical accuracies. So metal hate.
No, historical
No.
inaccuracy.
Yeah,
No
inaccuracies.
accuracy.
No. That show would take two kinds of warriors from two different cultures and two different environments and compare them using wildly incorrect, unscientific structures And
What that show effectively did was prove that white people don't have the most effective killing weapons, and the show immediately got lambasted by everybody on the internet.
and
We're
the thing
talking about the same show, right? Like the one where they had like mannequins full of blood and stuff.
Yeah.
well, the thing is that their pairings also made no sense.
Like they would take
Snap-
people from different like technological levels of their history against each other.
Like-
Like these people aren't even in parity.
Like,
The best episode was Pirates versus Ninjas.
right? Well, that's the thing. They had one that I want to say it was Samurai versus Vikings,
Yeah.
and it's like, why, how, and no.
But what I remember the most about that is they had like I think they had Aztec on there, and I've always wanted one of those obsidian blades. Just
Oh,
looks,
yeah.
looks so badass.
We made
Oh, yeah,
one.
no,
We
those
made one out of a baseball bat, and we
Oh.
got my brother went and bought a little kit so you can flip map a bunch of. We just got a bunch of pieces and just knocked them off, and then we shoved them all into. We got the baseball bat, put it on a table saw. Surprisingly, hickory is super tough to cut with a table saw.
I'm getting raided.
You're getting raided,
Yeah.
dude. Put your hands up.
Oh, shit.
Ah, raid.
Tell
Yeah,
me you can't
thanks.
breathe.
Galara Dragon's raiding me with a party of 6. Welcome, raiders. We're still playing Final Fantasy V, and I've got some friends in my ear talking to me.
I gotta say,
So, thanks for
so
rating.
You and your brother are nothing but trouble.
What?
Here, let's give a shout out.
You and your brother are nothing but trouble. I saw the video where you guys were painting that garage, and you were turning it into the back room at Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, can I get
That's
on?
quite
Can I get a little
interesting.
bit on my detective stuff without you getting mad?
All right.
What?
Yeah, I have on some live stream I had you on. You told a
Let's see.
story about when you were in college, and you partook in some karate demonstration, and you got really pissed off at the karate guy for twisting your arm too hard, and you guys fought afterwards.
No, it wasn't a karate demonstration. It was a speech class, and he was doing a demonstration about how effective his karate was against attackers, like a kind of like do this kind of deal if you're a woman.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
But then I saw nunchucks hanging up in your brother's garage, and I was like, oh, is this the karate guy that Diller got mad at?
The colloquial term that I have learned for those kinds of pseudo martial arts is bullshito.
Bullshito.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, but Cobra Kai is really good. I can't believe it's that good. I
It-
remember
it had-
seeing it on YouTube all the time, and I was like, I'm not watching this shit.
It
Now
had
it's on
it had
Netflix.
every reason to suck, and then it didn't, and that's amazing. And here's the thing.
Problem is
mom-
it's going downhill in the last season, though. In my opinion.
Well, it went downhill at the end of the first season.
The thing is they need to plan for their end and they need to end on a high. If they keep grinding out more
No, they're not going to
seasons,
do
then
that. If history
yeah.
has taught us anything, Joe, is they're not going to do that.
No, they're
milk it
totally
until it's
gonna-
embarrassment of its own, a parody
Yeah,
of itself, and then it's
yeah,
going to end in a failure.
Yeah, they're gonna Game of Thrones it, and that's sad. But that's what I'm saying. It's like if they were any kind of smart, they'd realize that they need to stop on a high before they break the bus, because it ain't got
No,
forever.
if they were any kind of smart, they would milk it for everything it's worth until they get the studio to give them a big old budget and then just embezzle most of it and just put out the most garbage thing you ever seen and then walk away with cash.
I will in fact put forth a conspiracy theory for you right now.
I
Okay.
already don't believe it.
Will Smith agreed to do Suicide Squad, a film for which he was intrinsically unsuited, expressly to fund more seasons of Cobra Kai.
What?
Will Smith is a producer on Cobra Kai. He's a huge fan of Karate Kid. He had his kid in the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan, right? And he was also in Suicide Squad. He played Deadshot. He really shouldn't have, because he insists that he has to be a good guy in every movie he's in, right? and I suspect that he took part in a movie that he knew was going to be bad to make a giant payday, because he gets paid whether the movie does well or not, so that he could use those funds as investment capital for Cobra Kai.
Well,
Don't count Suicide Squad out yet, though, because they got James Gunn coming to the second.
It's not. It's Warner Brothers is being really stupid, but they're also being really smart-ish. They made a Suicide Squad movie called The Suicide Squad, right?
Mhm.
And then when they had James Gunn coming to the new one, which is already out, or they called it The Suicide Squad, as if the addition of one word and being a different movie would confuse the issues, that people would not realize they were getting the wrong movie.
Wait, the James Gunn one's already out?
I believe it's on HBO Max.
Really?
What?
I believe that they shunted it after release. I'd have to check, because I know a lot of people were talking about the fact that it's basically a Guardians of the Galaxy alike, and that Sylvester Stallone is King Shark.
Oh, I can't believe
I knew that was coming out, but I didn't think it was out yet.
Let me go do my Google food.
I have zero interest in it.
Let me see.
2021. It releases this
August.
year, so not
August
yet.
6th.
August, soon.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Joseph,
take those
where are you
words
getting
back.
your information?
He's just making it all up.
You're gonna take those words back, Joseph. You watch. That movie's gonna be the bomb.
I mean, it might be, but that also doesn't mean that Warner Brothers isn't trying to mislead people. Warner Brothers is desperate for a win, because they've been kind of having a mess lately. Things have not been going their way.
Whoa. It's going nuts here.
Somebody done a thing.
Whoa.
God, just
What
just
happened? I'm not
because.
seeing it.
Well, this guy basically just destroyed the entire world. He destroyed like every town. And
As you
Farts
do.
went nuts.
Yeah, you kind of have to fix everything by going into the void
Uh-oh. Gonna have to go into the void.
and fight a giant tree.
I need to find Kuza. Where's Kuza? Is it that question mark?
Is it easier to get paid on Twitch than it is from YouTube?
Yes.
I would say yes. Is this where it is?
You're also slightly more likely to get banned on Twitch than you are on YouTube, so take that for what it is.
Yeah, it's a trade-off. Oh, Phantom Village. What is this?
Do you actually
Time
have to play
travelers.
games? Or could you like live stream without playing games?
Well, it depends what you're doing. They've got art communities, just chatting, talk shows. I put my talk show up here, me and Marsupial.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of things. It is primarily a game service, but people do other stuff on it. You do have to set the right category. They'll give you a lot of slack. Like, you could take up to half an hour to actually bother to change your category, but you can be flagged for doing something off category.
Oh, wait. Can I go get Shiva now? Where did you say I have to go to get Shiva?
You may or may not be able to. It was in a waterfall in the back of Castle Waltz.
Hey, Marsupial, I can put people in the background that are like a bum, right? And you don't have to interact with nobody. You don't have to move.
What are you saying? oh, you're talking about it in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and we can even have them like animated in the background if you want.
I know.
Just saying. Crystal armor, black garb, black robe.
Yeah, he just wants like a sleeping bum there that nobody has to interact with. He doesn't want it to move or anything.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Since it's in Canada, how about having some Mounties?
As bad guys?
Or in the background?
No, that'd be great for an enemy type. I mean, if you're playing as somebody who is a villain, then why would you not take, you know, the police force and make them into baddies?
But that's what I already said.
Yeah.
For anyone watching, we are talking about making a game. I don't think I'm ever going to use this Thornlet. I don't know what to sell. I'm afraid to sell
Everything.
them. Why?
You sell everything, switch to 4 ninjas, and then just throw money at people for the rest of the game.
4 ninjas like Colt and Tum Tum?
Should that be my plan?
Oh yeah, you remember that part in Karate Kid where Danielson's getting jumped and then Mr. Miyagi hops the fence and beats all the guys up, comes to his rescue?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the guy who hopped the fence and did all those fight scenes, Mr. Miyagi's stunt double, was actually my karate sensei.
Sweet.
That's pretty funny. I like it.
You know, that wouldn't have worked in that last battle, Metal, because he was immune to all physical attacks.
Yeah, it wouldn't work in a few battles at the end of the game, but
Well, there you go. So I'm not going to do that.
oh yeah, you're acting like I'm not some type of sadist that would be waiting for that to come up.
Yeah. You're trying to do that to me on purpose, weren't you? Well, I got my mage back at least. Of course, I've got her set as a summoner. It's kind of worthless, but whatever. I want to summon things. How do I
Well, you
get-
need to go out of your way to get Odin and to get Bahamut, because those are like the best to summon.
Yeah. Even though Faraga is still better.
No, actually, it's not. Both of those are much stronger than Faraga. Bahamut, while it costs like twice as much, but it hits everything,
Mhm.
is only like 5 power under Flare, which is a much stronger spell than Faraga.
Ooh, you can buy
Flare
it.
is 255, and Bahamut's Mega Flare is 250, but it hits everyone.
I need to buy more of these things.
And Odin's Shinzen Tsuken, or actually I think it's called Gugnir in this game, is
Oh my god.
269, if I recall. But it only works against heavy enemies, where he won't use the normal Zetsuken, which has the insta-death chance. Because like all heavy enemies are just immune to death.
Fascinating. What does a Dragon Fang do? Oh. So none of anything that says chemist mixing ingredient, if I don't use a chemist, it's worthless, right? I can just sell it?
Yes, you can just sell all of that.
Alright. I will then. What about ash? Maybe I'll need that at some point. Does this guy sell holy water? No. Sells Phoenix Downs though. They don't sell cabins. What kind of a shop doesn't sell cabins?
Maybe they couldn't fit them in the building.
Imagine that. This is a very mysterious town with very mysterious background music. But not actually where I wanted to go. So you said Waltz, huh? Is Waltz gone?
I don't recall, but it might be one of the ones that's gone.
Could I have gotten it earlier?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know. God help me, I didn't know. Trying to find where there's like a map in this thing.
It's okay. Outside of completion, at this point, Shiva sucks, so...
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
So guys,
don't-
I gotta go. My mom needs me to put her to bed. Otherwise, she'll, I don't know, turn into a pumpkin and explode. You know,
Alright, I'll see you later.
old
Joe.
lady stuff. So I gotta go. Yeah, I will see you
All
guys
right.
around.
See
Thanks
ya.
for having me for all the helpfulness I wasn't.
Well, have a good night.
Yep.
Let's see. I need to find... Okay, this... Kuza the Sealed Castle. Where is that? I don't know where it is. Where's Kuza Metal? Can't
I don't
find
have this map memorized. I've played this game least out of like all the Final Fantasies.
Final Fantasy 5 Merge World Map. Mirage, Fork Tower, Solitary Island, Shrine, Pyramid, Easterly Falls. It doesn't say.
Could it be the question mark since it's a sealed castle?
That's where I just was. No. All right.
Okay, I've got at least what it looks
Who's
like in the game up.
Okay.
It is like a castle sitting on a kind of right-angled river with a pond above it. And it's
Okay.
like right next to the ocean. I know it's gonna be hard to find, but that's the most I got on here.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll look around for it. Surely I'll be able to find it. I don't know why it's not like on the map. Why it's not listed on the in-game.
Yeah, you were originally able to find that in the second world, Gallos
Mhm.
World. So yeah, I don't know why it's not on the map either.
Hmm. Oh, is that it? Is it just north of where the Is this it? Here it is. No. Is that it? No.
I won't be able to tell. No, that's not it. It's like the opposite formation. The pond is north of the castle.
Yeah. What the heck? It's not where Crescent is, right? Wait. I'm looking around the map. I don't see... It must be one of these purple dots, right? I think I see it. There's Boko.
Yeah, just
There it
chilling
is.
there.
That's it, right? Oh, you
Yeah,
can't see
yeah,
it.
that's the formation.
Alright. Good, I can get some legendary weapons now. Oh, here we go. Princess Lena, thank goodness you're unharmed. What is that book? Alright. Unrest within an yeah. I've already read all this. Already heard all this.
Well, that's because you've been here before.
We have? You sure?
This was in the second world.
Well, no, it was. It was. No, but we heard that at the Library of the Ancients or whatever.
Oh, well, you could have been here before. I thought you may have stopped. I haven't watched every single one of your playthroughs.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I figured this would have just been one of the places that you went in, realized the enemies were too tough, and dipped out.
Oh, are there enemies here? Maybe I have.
Filthy coward.
We can only pick 3 out of the 12 weapons. What? Choose 3 weapons and the tablet will break 3 seals. Well, what should I
So
choose?
choose wisely.
But wait, won't I get more when I get the next tablet?
Yeah, you can eventually get all the weapons, but depends how much work you want to put into it.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Well, don't I have to get all 3 tablets or all 4 tablets? What do you think? Excalibur, Masamune, Sage's Staff, Holy Lance?
Well, you're keeping your ninja, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Masamune is pretty good, but so is Sasuke's katana. Probably go with
Nice.
Masamune.
I
It's,
assume I'll
it's
get-
always the best one.
So, I mean, I can eventually get all of these, can't I?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
They can be claimed in any order.
Okay. It's just I can only get 3 because I've only got 1 tablet. So what do you say, Sasuke's katana or Masamune?
I would probably just go with the Masamune.
All right.
Because the only cool thing about Sasuke's katana is that it has like a block chance, like a shield. But it's not really all that good.
Okay. And then for the third one, I could get Magus Rod, Sage's Staff, Holy Lance. I think I'll get the Sage's Staff, maybe. I guess it doesn't really matter. So basically, I'll have the best. Are these like basically all the best weapons for each class?
No.
Oh, they're not?
No, they're all like the second or third best weapon of their type.
Oh. Oh, this guy can't even. Okay. Wait. Okay, there we go. Wait, my current guys can't even equip these. That sucks. Ninja and Mystic Knight can't even equip them. Well, thanks a lot, Metal. No, just kidding. I assume if I switch back to Knight, you will be able to. Uh-oh, another cutscene. These cutscenes are never good. So what are you up to, Dillard?
Same thing.
Oh, still working on it?
Yep. Just noodling
Yeah.
around with stuff. Here, I'll share my screen.
Oh, I can't see right now.
This may be the version of the game where the ninja and the samurai can't both equip Masamune. You might actually need Sasuke's katana.
Oh, well, too late now.
Yeah.
The evil tree. Did someone just come in? Or leave?
No. That was him sharing a screen.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's a shield dragon. Yikes. Yikes.
Well, at least it's not a shield worm.
What is happening
You're killing yourself?
here? Yeah. Oh my god. Apparently, yes, I am killing myself. Oh my god.
You know, the funny thing is that
Oh,
Excalibur
shit.
is not even the third best longsword.
Oh my god.
Because the Ragnarok, the Apocalypse, and the Brave Blade are all in this game, and they're all better than Excalibur.
Oh yeah. Okay, fuck the... God, this is ridiculous. This is insane. Why do they have these kinds of battles? They're horrible! Oh my god, I hate this so much. This is just horrible.
That's the entirety of this game.
Okay, Zenonage, this asshole. Oh my god. I'm seriously gonna die? Wait, did it crash?
You just have like extreme lag for no reason.
It like, I don't know. Yeah, it stopped working.
It's things like this also why I don't believe when they try to claim that it wasn't difficulty as a reason why they didn't put this game out in the States.
Yeah, I just killed myself. That was the most ridiculous... Okay. Oh, I know why this is so quiet. Because I turned the sound way down. I was like, why is the game sound so quiet?
Oh, were you able to just reuse a bunch of your comic assets for that? Like your Buckler Bait and Tackle Shop?
Just the one. I wish I had more.
Can you guys talk for a second?
Yeah, sure. How you doing, Marcy?
Okay,
I'm
that's good.
sitting over here. I'm doing window panes for my window. What are you doing? I said, what are you doing?
I was wondering why I had to turn the sound like all the way up.
I'm over here talking to myself. I ain't responding.
I know, don't you feel so, like, neglected?
Oh, you, right?
Okay, now why are these
Oh,
not...
boy, go ahead and say something. I'm not gonna fucking respond or nothing.
Yeah, I don't understand why... I don't understand the sound here. Whatever. I gotta just never have you guys on again. Just kidding. Alright, well now I get to pick completely different weapons. So, yay. Since those were a bust anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, each of the weapons are linked up to a job. There are versions of the game where multiple jobs can use the weapons, but I think that's just the Game Boy Advance and PSP version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what can a so I should get the Sasuke katana. Can
Yeah,
a ninja use
that's
that?
specifically the ninja one. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this another USB port on my laptop that I never knew I had?
Whoa.
Oh, if this laptop thought it was having a hard time reasoning.
So which is the one for the what's it called? Holy Knight or whatever? Mystic Knight?
The Mystic Knight.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Holy Lance? Runax? Maybe it's the Runax.
Maybe. Can the Mystic Knight use axes? Because the thing is, Excalibur can be used with Spellblade, but I think that's only if you have Spellblade set as like your secondary command. Because you've already mastered the or Mystic Knight in this game.
Well, Mystic Knight automatically has Spellblade.
Yeah, but I think Excalibur can only use Spellblade if you are like a knight with the Mystic Knight's command as your secondary.
Yeah. So which weapon can a Mystic Knight use? That's the question.
Yeah, they're not they're not labeled.
It's gotta be in the book. It's gotta be in the book somewhere. I guess near the back. There's the bestiary. Summon, item, armor, rod. I don't know. Boy, the book doesn't even list who can use what. All right. Well, I'm gonna get Excalibur, so when I switch to a knight, at least he can use it then.
The thing is, realistically, some of these weapons should be able to be used by multiple jobs, but this game is just really stupid.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the assassin's dagger, would it? I wouldn't think so. You can't kill that that dragon with a phoenix down, can you?
Oh, I have to look that up. I don't know. You
That
know,
fight was
it's
ridiculous.
finicky.
All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. Well, good. We got the Sasuke's katana correct, apparently. I assume this dragon's gonna attack me again. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not one that you can kill with like a Phoenix down. Oddly, if you had the control ability though, and you got it to attack itself with Blaze, it would do like 5,000 damage to itself.
Oh, really? Oh, it didn't attack me this time. That's interesting. Well, never mind. I don't need to know. Well, there. I didn't have to fight it that time. God, that was ridiculous. Well, should I move on to the next thing? What is the next thing? The Island Shrine. Apparently the next thing is the Island Shrine. Summoner diversions. You can learn to summon Sildra?
You should be able to, yeah.
That's cool. Oh, you know what? I need to switch back to that and see the chat if anybody chats. while I'm swearing at this game. Stupid game.
Yeah, Sildra is weird because Sildra does a move called Thunderstorm, but it does wind damage.
Okay.
Like, there's even a lightning effect and everything that comes out of its mouth, but it still does wind damage, and like, why?
That's interesting. Nothing you sell is worth anything.
Dude, don't you hate it when you're like in the city and this place clearly doesn't have parking? There's no lots in front of it. There's not even like a parking area nearby, and they have to put no parking because if they don't, some idiot's gonna think, oh, well, I could just park in front of the store.
I mean, if I can park my motorcycle right
Where? Where did this happen? Did this happen to you?
Well, no, I'm thinking about it because Diller's got the no parking sign in front of the bait and tackle shop, and
It's like
I've
one
seen
spot.
that happen.
Like
Yeah.
if you really had like a really small car, you could squeeze into like an area. It'd be like a parking spot, but no.
Buttload of tents.
They have to put those signs all over the park. That's the Fairmont Park I always go to. Jesus, the people come up with the most creative ways to park in that place. We almost got in a rumble this last week with somebody who went and parked, all Schwecko. And then not only did they park Schwecko across 2 lanes because, they were saving for people that were coming later. They had a bunch of chairs set up in the parking stalls next to it.
Yeah, that's messed up. I
So
hate
of
when
course,
people do
me and my
stuff
brother
like
get
that.
out and we throw the chairs into the grass. We all park our cars right there. And they go, hey, my chair was right there, saving that spot. I was like, fucking do something about it, asshole. Fuck you.
Can people sell food online, or do you have to have clearance for that?
That'll vary.
Imagine you probably need.
Well, it depends if you're selling pre-packaged food that's in the container still or not, like you're redistributing food, or if you're selling made food. If you're selling something that you made yourself, it's going to vary from like state and district, but you're probably going to need some type of food handler's license, and you're going to need some type of agreement with like whatever your local provision agency is.
I was thinking the Buckler comic strips, like Bazooka Joe style, wrapped around some candy.
Not a bad idea.
I can get a ribbon here, but I still can't wear ribbons. I need to get a dancer.
Yeah, I've told you this many times. You get the dancer, you level it up, and you'll get the ability to equip ribbons that you can put in your character.
Yeah. But that would be... wouldn't that be an ability that I would have to use?
Yes.
Yeah, see, probably not worth it.
It
Rather
depends how
have-
valuable is that ribbon.
Not very. But oh well. I'm gonna have a bunch of them and can't use them. This game is so stupid. Hate this game. Let's see, Castle Sergei has something for me as well. I do need to review these. Let's see here. Old man that blocks this area will no longer be able to retrieve the that for a cottage? That's the only reason I'm here. Probably not worth it. Apparently the next place I need to go is on the big bridge. Oh, it's like right there in the middle of it.
Be right back.
There it is. Oh, more gargoyles. Dang it. She's just gonna miss every time. The weapon, I suppose. Oh, there she goes. Oh, nice. Did it. Just had to switch back and forth between them.
Yeah, because you want to bring them low, close to each other before you actually kill one.
Yeah. Island Shrine, kissed by winds, one tablet rests. Well, let's see. Where am I going here? Oops, I got sucked up.
Hello?
Okay.
Howdy,
Hello.
howdy.
Hi. Alright, now that Fuddy Duddy's gone, which trading card game template should I use? Like, what's a game that has like, a good layout that I can pretty much copy?
Like for how the card looks?
Yeah.
Well, I think from like an aesthetic standpoint and being able to fit text on, the Pokemon card probably has the best layout. It's easy to alter and manipulate.
I almost missed 12,000 points.
But of course, your layout's going to want to be based on whatever mechanic you're using.
All the player cards. Would that still be Pokemon?
Yeah, or they just kind of use the same layout for everything. They just change like the type of text and stuff, and you can change the colors and stuff. It's pretty consistent across the board.
Shut it down and open it up. Stop responding.
These guys again. Trying to figure out how to navigate around here.
How can I get to watch the show The Terror without having to, pay for it?
Like, do you want to sail the high seas?
Thinking about it, looks very interesting.
Well, it depends how you want to go about it.
I think
There's
it's
probably...
available on Hulu.
I don't know if it is. But almost any show is available through some type of not so legal streaming service where you don't have to pay. And there's always the route of if you have some type of torrenting software, you can always just download it yourself from somebody who's hosting it.
Dario. Is he still here? Are you awake?
Yeah.
Why don't you go to sleep? You're so sleepy. Sleepy bear. What color should the trading cards be? The border of them.
Red.
Or the card red? Like buckler red? Like that dusty red? Or bright red?
Red, black.
Ooh, cool. Nice.
Currently trying to figure out the best way to show a montage in comic.
Rising Sun. What is that?
The Rising Sun is usually a good game.
You should take the attack of Yoga fight.
Throwing weapon. I can't hear you guys. Why can I not hear you guys at
I don't know, I'm pretty far from my microphone.
I mean, your stream can't hear us, can they?
all? Yeah, they can.
Okay, let me move my microphone.
What? Gosh, that's really loud.
Sounds
What are you
my
doing?
employment.
This is what you asked for, Marsupial.
There we go.
He's moving his microphone.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's so
okay.
loud. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a purpurina. That's
Okay,
what I
now-
thought it was. It's a type of chakra.
Shut up, Marsupial.
Fine, I will.
I'm trying to make a trading card game here so we can play each other and I can whoop your ass as the buckler.
Sounds good.
What would be in your
I have to. Okay, GH.
what would be in your trading card game? Would you have heroes and villains, or just random like people?
I don't know. I don't know how to make this. I need somebody that knows about this stuff and to give me some guidance.
You should talk to Gun Demon Greg.
Oh, I don't want to talk to some new person.
Where in the world did this take me? H. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's another pro ring here. Can you get 4 pro rings in this game?
I don't know.
That would be cool.
Yeah, so when it comes to a trading card game, you kind of have to figure out what you want the core mechanic to be. And part of that is, do you want your individual cards to have hit points, or do you want the player itself to have hit points?
I don't know. What do I want?
Say both. Like the player starts off with a set amount, and then the cards also have like, well, maybe not hit points then, but like attack points.
Yeah, well, so that's kind of like how,
Attack and defense.
yeah, Magic sort of does that. It's more like Yu-Gi-Oh though. That's like the extreme, like the inevitable outcome of that. So the player has like life points, and you have to get past the monster cards in Yu-Gi-Oh to get to the player's life points. So they'll have an attack and a defense, and it depends what stance they're in, whether they're in attack mode or defense mode. Once you kill that card and there's no cards blocking you, then you can use your monsters to attack the player's life points directly. And that's the core mechanic of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it all depends on what you want your core mechanic to be.
Yeah, but
In,
isn't it also like, let's say he has a card in defense, right?
Hmm.
The defense is like 400, but his attack is like 800. So wouldn't it kill that card, but then also do 400 damage to his?
No. If he was in attack mode and that was the difference, it would do 400 damage. When a monster is sitting in defense mode, you do not lose life points from it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, go with Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty easy.
Is it fun though?
Yeah, it's hella fun.
The idea of Yu-Gi-Oh is skirmishing, right? So you're kind of like putting a small little army of people in front of you.
Pretend I
fighting
don't
their
know what
small
skirmishing
little army.
means.
It's like a battle, right? Like an army battle, right? You make a small crew, they make a small crew.
Yeah, they had
And
themed
you have-
decks. They had like light decks, dark decks, grass decks, stuff like that.
Pokemon is
Grass
actually
decks,
relatively
dark decks. Like I know what the fuck he's talking. Decks.
easier. The main mechanic of Pokemon is that when you start the game, you draw 6 cards off the top of your deck, and you put them down as prize cards. And the winner is the first person who gets to take all 6 of their prize cards. So the main battle are just one-on-ones. You draw out a card, you put it down, and it and the other person have to fight. You can always switch. Use your turn to switch out who's there if your Pokemon's getting low or whatever. But it's just a series of one-on-one fights. And whenever you happen to kill one of your opponent's cards, you get to draw one of your prize cards. First to get all 6 prize cards wins.
Isn't the downfall of Pokemon though? You have to use those like crystal counters, like those little gems.
Yeah, because every Pokemon has hit points. I mean, you don't really have to use the damage counter if you can keep track of it in your head. It just makes it easier to keep track of them. Unless you're talking about, there's also the energies, which you need to actually use the moves. But those are cards.
So is there a way to do Pokemon one-on-one battles without the prize cards and still be Yu-Gi-Oh style? Or...
I mean, there are ways of modifying almost anything if you're willing to get to the nitty-gritty. It just, again, it depends on what you want the core mechanic of your game to be, right? So the thing is, when I say core mechanic, it's what's the win condition, right? So in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's to get rid of all of your opponent's life points. In Pokemon, it's to draw all of your prize cards. So Yu-Gi-Oh is more of a negative system, right, where you're trying to drain out the opponent. Pokemon's more of a positive system, where you're trying to drain your stuff out to completion.
So if he was to have a Buckler trading card game, he would have to have a lot of content to produce these cards, right? Like a lot of characters.
He could, or he could just start making them up and then decide to use them later.
Yeah, like
Right, like he could establish characters through the card game to get people interested in it. Be like, yeah, this character might show up at some point.
yeah, like goons and henchmen, I guess, like throwaway characters.
You could have a card that's just the bum that was the father of the girl he killed that tries to stab him. There's something stupid like that, you know? Like, you could make anything a card.
Man, is she doing holy damage or something? She does like 4,000 damage against those guys.
Maybe.
They're just weak to that particular weapon for some reason. Oh, lovely. This is my favorite
Maybe
thing.
the coolest thing to do too would be to make some kind of mechanic that maybe in the future other CG creators could also use their characters to play your game with you.
Well, I mean, that'd be easy enough. Like, once you have the core structure of your card game, you just kind of... You don't have to make it open source, but you just make it a source so that people can use the base to do whatever they want. Like, I'm working on a card game myself. It's probably a little too complicated for what Dillard wants, but I'm used to dealing with, like, system mechanics and stuff like that.
So like Dillard starts his card game out and then 2 months later introducing a new deck to be able to play the Buckler card game, and the new deck will be the Cross Comics characters.
Yep.
Beast Killer. What is a Beast Killer?
So another thing too is that depending on what your core mechanic is, it also depends on balance. Usually the smaller you keep your numbers, not only does it leave the math less complicated, but it's the easier it is to balance things. Yu-Gi-Oh kind of cheats at this because it makes it look like they have huge numbers, but because every number just has a trail of zeros after it, you can actually just drop off most of the zeros and see what the actual number was. So if a card's got like 3,500 attack points, it's actually just 35.
That's the one thing I enjoyed the most about Yu-Gi-Oh! Was just being able to build a theme deck. 'Cause then you could have like tons of different decks to play against different people.
I like
Actually-
making decks that forced people to draw their entire deck and lose that way.
I actually even went to the first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! Card tournament in Madison Square Garden. I didn't get too far, but I got to watch the guy from Japan against the guy from California in the finals. They put it on a projector on a big screen for everybody. But here's where you could have an advantage over all the other card games that have ever existed. Like, the reason card games lose customers is because they practice those predatory tactics, where eventually a lot of the cards that you've spent time collecting and putting in your decks all of a sudden become not playable anymore.
Unless you're Yu-Gi-Oh, which has never put any card out of circulation. All they do is like tournaments will have ban lists.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But like, so Pokemon and Magic, eventually they'll have a new generation or a new cycle, and like the last generation or anything before it won't be playable anymore at all. Right? Yu-Gi-Oh, on the other hand, if you have a Karibo from the very first deck to ever come out, you can still play that Karibo.
Yeah, because I know some comic book shops that do like card tournaments in the weekends. Sometimes they'll have tournament rules, and then because they feel bad for like the predatory tactics, then the next night will be back to the old rules or anything goes type of deal.
Well, I don't think tournament rules are inherently predatory, depending on how you're doing it, right? Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically has certain cards that are bad for balance, right? Like, there'll be a rule where you can only have one pot of greed, or this really broken card isn't available. And they've even stricken things from the ban list before and pull them back into play. It's not like, so like Magic on the other hand, right? Magic, if they have a night where it's like, it's open game, that's because Gen 1 of Magic's not playable anymore. None of like the hundreds of cards from the first generation of Magic is playable in a tournament.
There you go.
And then you could probably use like that totem from the Temple of Polar Twilight as like a power-up card.
Totem? Did you say totem?
Totem?
From the Temple of Polar Twilight?
But wait, don't you already have a trading card design somewhere?
Yeah. I don't like those though. Okay, I'll leave that there, and I will
Wendigo.
leave it as buckler. Okay. Let me put name.
Yeah, I have to actually go back and redo a lot of my stats on my cards because there's a mechanic that I want to leave mostly the same, but I want to change what the variables are to it, so it's going to take a little bit of legwork.
What kind of card game do you got? Like a fantasy one or?
It's based off of my World X Dynamis Chaos, so there's a bunch of different types of characters and stories involved into it. And it's kind of similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, except instead of like the players having fixed life points, it's kind of closer to Hearthstone in the way that you have a champion card that doesn't go into your deck. And the champion will have its set amount of hit points. They're all within the same range as each other. It's just depending on what the champion card's abilities are, it may have more or less hit points within a tight range. And the champions will have a passive effect that affects gameplay, and they'll have an offensive and defensive move, but those things only work if you draw a card that lets you use their offensive or defensive, like a spell card. And it's a game built around skirmishing. So there are standard units and hero units. And there's 6 slots on the field, front row, back row. There, each card has 4 stats. Melee attack, melee defense, range attack, range defense. So it just depends like who's attacking and what row are they attacking. It seems complicated, but once you get into it, it's actually really simple. And it's got like augment cards, which is like an equip card. You just put that down directly on a character. It's got like spell cards, which can have a number of different effects, but typically they're more broad range things.
Game started acting up. I needed to start over.
Why are you spelling
Stop it and
horror
start.
like that?
All right, so let's say this is the table, right? That
Yeah.
you're gonna be playing on. And so it's a one-on-one game. And I have a card here. This is a card. This is my player card. This is the person I'm going to be battling with.
Yeah.
And then I have another one of this. This person over here has one as well. And let's say this character is it's Buckler, right? And this one over here is Miss Maple. And I think the idea that I think Chester had somebody put forward that there was other cards. And this card would be the terrain card. And then there would be different cards that would actually give or augment your player card here with some ability. That may or may not be beneficial or detrimental depending on what the actual player card is.
Yeah.
Would this work?
Yeah, this is actually looking a lot like how Pokemon works. Not exactly. I mean, it's got its variants, but yeah, you can make a game like that.
So how would I set up this card?
So
Because you
your
want to make it
player
real
card
simple, right?
is probably going to have your health points, right? If you're playing with that card. So
Yeah.
in the top corner opposite of the name is probably where the HP of the card is going to be.
Okay, let's do that real quick. Call it HP.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
What would be better though, and what would make more money? Terrain cards or like a game map and all the game mats that you can get in different terrains?
Well, if you're trying to extort people, the latter. If you're trying to make a game that functionally plays well, then you would want to train cards.
I beat Wendigo.
Oh, nice.
That was tough.
Okay, then what?
Numbers.
Well, then we have to start thinking about the general mechanics of the game. Like, obviously, this card is going to want to be able to attack the other card, right?
Right.
So it either needs to have some type of stat associated for the attack, or it needs moves. In Pokemon, they have moves. And typically that's going to be the information that takes the bulk of that space underneath the image.
Mhm.
So you have to decide whether you want to do moves that are attached to the card, or like maybe what Chester was implying, have other cards that will have your attacks or stuff with it.
Okay, no, the cards wouldn't be attack cards. They would be something along the lines of what was it?
Like equipment.
Maybe, yeah. Shit. Like there would be a card called like Rage, right?
Okay.
Where it would be like,
So it'd be like a buff.
it would be like a buff, unless you were a good guy. That would be a terrible card to have in your hand.
Okay, well then you're definitely going to want to make sure that that is on there. You're going to have certain attributes. Maybe these are lining the bottom of the card, or maybe just underneath the image. But you do have to label whether somebody's like a hero or a villain or neutral, or like we have to decide what these attributes are, because these are
Okay.
important.
So let's do that. Hero, villain, and neutral.
Yeah. So that would just be like the card type or alignment. You could choose either of those names. If you might have more than one type, alignment might be the better choice to just leave as your default area.
And where would I put that?
Yeah, that depends what you want to do with the design of the card. You could put it directly underneath the image, or you could put it at the bottom of the card. It's probably going to be fairly small, but it needs to be noticeable where it is.
Bottom right.
Could it be next to the person's name?
It could. It just depends how much space you want to leave for names. I don't know how long some people's names are going to be.
Well, I mean like right here, like right here.
Yeah, you could do that. Like if you want to put like an element
Like a
type
red,
thing there for the alignment. Yeah.
like red, blue, and then yellow. I don't know.
Yeah, like you might still want to have the word on the card somewhere for dense people, but you could just signify it right there at a glance.
What about,
The way Yu-Gi-Oh does is it has different symbols in the corner. Like it'll have like a marble-looking thing, a circle, and they'll have like a color, and it'll have like the Japanese character for that word, but they will also write the word in English so people who don't memorize what all of them look like can still tell which card it is.
Yeah. What about like a red box? So red is villain, but inside the box is the letter V.
Well, you could also make it even easier. You don't have to put a symbol up there. You could just make the color of the card match it, right? This is what
Oh, okay.
Pokemon does. While Pokemon does have all their element symbols on there, a lightning Pokemon has a yellow card. You automatically know it's an electric type Pokemon, right?
Right.
Charmander is red. Stuff like that. So all your villains could be red, and all your heroes could be like green or something. And people would just instantly know, oh, this is a hero card, or this is a villain card.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. Do you think it still needs to have the text on there somewhere that it's a villain?
Maybe. Mostly because what if a colorblind person plays?
Yeah.
Good point.
But if it's not going to be like a main feature because you'll use the color and you're just worried about people who might be colorblind, you
No,
could just put the
It's gonna
text
be a
at
it's
the
gonna be a
bottom.
main feature.
Oh, okay.
How do you spell villain?
I think it's Villain. I think your A and your I are backwards.
I need something that has like a slant to it.
Some italics.
Yeah.
Man, they're just making me fight all of these shield dragons.
I know, it sucks. Oh shit. Oh good, that didn't do any damage. Oh my god. That is the worst. What? Why did that not work?
What did you do?
I hit... What the hell?
You hit your character and they didn't become unconfused?
Yeah. What is happening? This is the most confusing... How did it reflect... What is happening? This is the craziest... I hate this thing. I hate it. I hate it. It doesn't even...
Nothing makes sense.
Nothing about this makes sense. What the hell? Okay, well that worked out. No, I need to summon, that's what I need to do. Does Titan work well against this thing?
I don't know if it has resistance to Earth or not. I just know Titan's probably like the strongest summon you have right now.
Yeah. Oh, okay, well that worked. I hate this thing so much.
Alright, guys. Thanks for
Oh, and it
having me
fled.
on.
All right, see you later, Dario. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
See ya.
Later,
Yeah, man,
guys.
take it easy.
Hmm. Get out of here.
Oh, is that your like pulp noir text?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna mute you guys so I can sign off. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let's see what it would look like with the red background.
Change their speakers so that I can't hear them. Alright, well, if anyone's still here, apparently I have 7 viewers still watching. So thank you very much for lurking. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we're done for the night. I hope it was entertaining. It was a little bit different because I had some guests on and, you know, we were chatting about random stuff. And as usual, this game, Sleepy Bit here. Oh, great, thanks. As usual, this game bugged the crap out of me. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I really do hate this game. I'm not even joking. I hate this game. But I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it if it's the last thing I do. So we can move on to my favorite game in the series, Final Fantasy VI. So I'll catch you next time. And I think I'm going to raid maybe a singer? So if you want, Lemon Agogo is a fantastic guitarist, singer, who's on just about every night. So I hope you enjoy it. So thank you so much, Galara. Hope you have a great night and a great weekend. I'm going to be out of here as soon as I do a raid. We're going to do Lemon Agogo. She's wonderful. So yeah, have a good night. I'm going to pause this so I can hear the next live stream. Bye. Good night.
Hold on a second.
Have I played any of their songs? I'm not sure if I have or not.